Hello my lovelies, it is Crystal Webster with Sharing Solace here, and today I'd like to share a very personal and emotional story with you. I haven't been on much live lately, mostly because I didn't feel like I had anything worth sharing. I didn't feel like I had anything that provided any real value. But today I felt very compelled to share kind of the emotions I'm going through today and my mindset. So in order to tell this story, I got to back up a little bit. When Madeline died in my arms in 2010, I could not bring myself to bury her 6 feet underground. I kind of always felt that a cemetery is a place for grandma and grandpa, for mom and dad, for people that had the ability to take care of themselves. So when my infant died, I felt like she needed to still be with me. So I had her cremated, and now she forever sleeps in this beautiful urn that looks like a present on my nightstand with her little pink turtle. And she always stays there, just all the time. And then occasionally my husband Kyle and I will go out of town, we'll take a road trip, we'll go here, we love to go to Vegas. And when that happens, we take her with us. Because she's, in my mind, both an infant and 6 years old. So she is not able to take care of herself. You can't leave a 6-year-old in a house alone. So she hops in the car with her pink turtle, and she has her own special little bag, and she goes with us on our trips. And when she can't go with us, she goes to Grandma and Grandpa's house. And both my parents and Kyle's parents are very accommodating, and they humor me. And they put her and her little pink turtle on their mantle, and she stays there until we come home and pick her up. I just kind of feel like she can't stay here alone. I know that sounds very silly. Logically, I understand that makes no sense at all. But emotionally, it feels so much better to my heart to know that she's being taken care of, either by me, her mommy, or her grandparents. And so this week, Kyle is traveling for work, and I'm going to leave tomorrow and take the train and meet Kyle in Chicago. Just for a couple days. He's only there for 2 nights, so I'm going to go for 2 nights, and we're going to go. He's going to work during the day, and I'm going to go play and do my own work, and then we have a couple dinner reservations and some fun things to do in the evening. Just kind of a quick little getaway that's relatively cheap because we're only really paying for me. And I just thought it'd be fun. I haven't been to Chicago in a very long time. So I was getting all ready to pack, getting all the clothes out and the this and the that, and got a plan for a really long train ride. It's like 7 or 8 hours. And as I was getting all of that stuff out and set on the bed and stuff, I thought, Madeline, it's not like when you have to procure a babysitter for several days with a live 6-year-old. It's, hey, I'm going to town tomorrow, can I bring Maddie over, type of thing. And then we take her over on our way to the airport or whatever and go from there. And the reason we don't take her with her when we fly is because we tease that she's on the no-fly list. You can't put a lead box through in your carry-on luggage, and I'm sure as hell not gonna check her. So that's why she goes to Grandma's. So I was, getting all my stuff out, back to my original story. I was getting all my stuff out, and I was kind of thinking about Madeline. I was like, I'm not flying, so I could take her with me. And I'm only gone for 2 days, So I guess I could take her to Grant. And I just felt, for some reason, my heart was very heavy. I felt maybe guilty for the silly things that I do. The silly thing like taking Madeline to Grandma's house when we're going out of town. And it just, something didn't sit right with me. I can't, I'm still toying with, I don't know, do I take her with me? Because there's no reason I can't. I just put her in my, in my backpack or whatever. She can't go in her own special little bag because I already have like 10 bags. But I can definitely put her in my luggage and take her with me. But then again, there's something that feels very wrong about that. How can you put a person and you can, say whatever you want about this, but how do you put a person in your luggage next to your shoes and your blow dryer? It seems wrong to me. But it also seems wrong that I can take her with me, so I should take her with me. I should just put her in and take her with me to Chicago, and we can take the train together as mom and daughter, and, all those silly things that I don't actually get to do, but I get to do. So I'm really going back and forth and kind of toying with, do I take her with me? Do I take her to Grandma's? Do I leave her home? I mean, it's been 7 years almost. Don't you think that this should, I should give it up at some point? I shouldn't have to make plans for her, for this inanimate object, just because I'm going out of town. So I just don't really know what I'm gonna do, and probably until the day the minute I leave the house, I'm not gonna know if I'm gonna take her with me or I'm gonna drop her off at Grandma's early tomorrow morning. But for some reason, it just feels off this time. Maybe because I'm not driving and I'm not flying, I'm taking the train, and I haven't done that since Madeline was born. Maybe it's a little bit weird because Kyle's not here, and normally it's the two of us, getting ready to go on vacation or go here or go there. But something just feels different to me this time, and it makes my heart heavy. So the reason I share this story today is not because I want you to think that I'm wackadoo, because I already know that you know that I am, and not because I want you to feel sorry or think I'm crazy or whatever. But I know that there are people out there that have these, quote, silly traditions and customs that they do when they lose someone they love. Mine happens to be having my daughter babysat when I go out of town. Maybe it's always doing something. Maybe it's having a special belonging with you all the time, or a picture, or, always doing something before you do something else. I really don't know, but I'm kind of sharing this story in hopes that you hear my story and you think, you know what, I do something kind of similar to that. And I want you to know that it's okay. You have to grieve and you have to process this how you do it. And I'm amazed at the people that kind of laugh at me, or you can tell that they're a little weirded out. But you can't know how you will handle a situation until you have to handle that situation. And so for others to look at me and say, that's a silly, stupid thing for you to do with your daughter, how many daughters have you lost? How many times have you had to go through the situation that I've had to go through? Hopefully none. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But I want you to think about those things that you do and say, look, this helps me heal my heart. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't think what others are going to think of you. It's none of their damn business. Just do what you need to do to help yourself heal, to help yourself grieve. And you know, I may be taking Madeline to Grandma's house for a very long time. I mean, until you're 18 or 20, you can't stay home alone. And if it takes me another 12 or 15 years before Madeline can stay home alone, you know, that's just going to have to be how it is. So I want you to think about those, quote, silly things that you do, those traditions that help you get through the day, that help you heal your heart, that help you grieve. And don't look at them as a badge of sadness or a badge to hide. It's a badge of honor, and it's something that you should continue to do. And if you're willing to share it with others. And I hope that sharing my story with you today makes you realize that you're not alone, makes you realize that you're not doing those silly things, that it's okay to do those silly things. So until I see you next time, get grateful, and I'll see you real soon.